What is going on? I'm zmoT. You know the drill. Code zmoT in that creator boost. And this video is going to be about clawing and scratching and trying to either A, get into diamond, or B, stay in diamond. It is a messy, messy, messy spot, and I'm going to speak to those filthy casuals out there that are not in diamond or are at about the same level as I am. There are people who have their warriors maxed. There are people who have heavies and troop damage and critters and laser rangers, and those people, I can't give you any advice at the second. My account that's doing those things is down in 18, almost 19, so can't really speak to those. I'm gonna do a quick review of how I am in diamond and how I'm holding on to diamond in the hopes that it does help you. Rocket launchers, more important than shock bombs. It will get you into diamond. It will get you your opponents fizzling. It will put the pressure on them. Shock bombs puts the pressure on you, because now all of a sudden you have Kavon's second wind, you don't have the GBE node, and you need to balance between shock bombs and Kavon. So shock bombs are good, but rocket launchers are better. After that, getting into cryoneers, that was just the next step in the right direction. Not going laser rangers because I don't have the troop damage, don't have heavies, don't have critters. So going up, getting that doom cannon, just again, putting the pressure on your opponents. And this is where I really, really, really struggled. I ended up going back and getting flares. Flares haven't helped me yet. Kind of like shock bombs, flares are helpful, but they take some time to get used to, and in diamond you don't have a lot of time to get used to using these things. So I went this road, and the reason for that is because artillery is after building damage. Critter launchers are appealing and they definitely make people struggle, but at the same time I need to be able to get an engine room so that I can get some more tokens, and at the present, it's very difficult to get engine rooms. If I can get that artillery, which only costs one more key than I have, unfortunately, then I can go back, throw a little bit of love into smoke, a lot of love into warriors, and then I can guarantee myself that even if it takes 8 battles, I can get a bunch of engine rooms. At the present, gonna show you my log. Failure, failure, failure. Like, I am struggling to get engine rooms, partially because I'm using my flares very, very, very poorly, and partially because bases, everyone's got 2 doom cannons, everyone's got that damage amplifier. One quick note that I forgot to mention is do go back and get that building damage, and when you're doing it, get that mortar. That building damage makes people way slower than you would ever guess. Not necessarily making them fizzle on its own, but then it opens up the ability to switch your flotsam to that damage amplifier. Yes, we are using a lot of diamonds this season, but hopefully you're getting at least 29 diamonds a day from your task force, from your map. Also, that node right there, yes, you could use Zookas. I did use Zookas for a little while, but longer term, riflemen are the answer. I think I've covered the majority of the tech tree. And like I said, heavies, troop damage, critters, great fun at the 5 engine room level, but my account is only at the 4 engine room level for the second on that one. We're gonna get in. I need to take a breath here. I just find these 5 engine room battles to be so stressful. I am gonna show you my wins, I'm gonna show you my failures, and hopefully they will help you. I have already started this recording like 3 times and then put my phone down and walked away, because these battles, I find myself like rambling a ton more than normal. And for those of you who have been to this channel before, you know there's a lot of rambling happening. I am a rambler, ramble on, as CCR once said. Also, matchmaking. These kind of seasons, the matchmaking is awful. People parking's still a thing. Do check my video yesterday. What do we got? They have the same tech as us. They have more tech than us. They have a sky shield and a doom cannon and critter launchers. So this is going to be all about me getting an engine room. The fact is they don't have the GBE, gives me a little bit of confidence that they're not going to clear me, but that being said, people are clearing me as well. So, gonna be a balancing act, and it's gonna be a balancing act on the finest of fine, thin. We're balancing on fishing line or something ridiculous. Need to go from this left-hand ramp. Left-hand ramp definitely helping a lot. We're gonna get a couple troops from that right-hand ramp though, getting our flare out eventually. Where do we need to send you? Let's send you here. I am now going to get those rifles out so they wrap around onto that boom cannon. Not sending anyone on this left-hand side yet because those guys are basically done for. Need those rifles to catch up. Come on, dudes. Rifles catching up. Let's get you out here. We're going to send Kavan out this side. Come on, Kevy. There we go. Getting in and amongst the things, clearing towards that front section, and then as we get out into there, gonna back you guys up. Get the heck away from there. Like I said, my flares are not ideal under any circumstances, but I think we can start to get more rifles out. Getting our rifles onto that critter launcher as some of our troops go towards that left side. Lots and lots and lots of things happening, trying to keep our rifles alive by shocking those gosh darn flamethrowers and critter launchers. And now, if I was smart, I would probably flare that engine room right about now, but you just get this feeling like maybe, just maybe, I can get out and onto that engine room and get more than one. It is a tough, tough slog though. You'll see all of a sudden, as soon as we start to get low on rifles, things start to get very dicey all at once. So yes, we ose, but it's gonna be super duper tight to get that engine room. I think we did it though. I think we managed to get onto that engine room. We are gonna get that next shock out, getting onto things, doing well. I am kind of surprised how far into this base we've gotten. This is probably my best hit against someone who has critter launchers, has that building damage, has that sky shield. Super stoked that you guys are here for this. Let's get a shock out. Also super stoked that I didn't flare onto that engine room. If I would have, probably would have tied. Come on, getting all the things. Let's go. Come on, dudes. Super stoked on this. Getting onto that engine room, getting that engine room down, and then Kavan might have enough GBE for a second wind. So good. We got a call in the middle of that. Gonna have to cut part of that out, but I think this is the first time I've cleared someone with all of the stuff. So flaring into that void, making a big, big deal. Getting onto the stuff. As you saw by my log, things were not going well for me, and now suddenly going well with you guys here. So huzzah, throwing all the smoke onto that engine room. Kind of a douchey move in a little tiny way, but frankly, I'm okay with that. Better than shocking your own troops or throwing my troops underneath smoke. The ultimate douche move right there is to smoke on top of your troops and then shock your troops, wasting your opponent's time. We are not going to do that though. I think we had 37 seconds left against 38. Big, big win, helping us stay in diamond. Big, big win, getting 5 engine rooms. Pretty stoked on that. Okay, had to take a quick break there. I realized I have been doing a complete and utter dumb. I'll explain in a second. No one's pointed it out this entire season, so maybe you guys are doing it too. Gonna have to draw a drawing here. By the way, happy with that attack. That's the first time I've gotten all sorts of good stuff, but maybe you guys already know where my dumb maneuver was. Gross. And I kind of like 1% blame Supercell for this, but this is 99% zmoT being a dumb. If we ever find a matchmaking this season, so rough. People parking, people super spread out because of the tech differences. If you have a look right here, over on this left-hand side of the screen, I was seeing this as our opponent's boost. This is our boost. This is zmoT boost. If I could actually zoom in here, it says our boosts. If we look over here, hidden in the weeds, those are their boosts. I didn't even see that because it's not super obvious. This stuff on the left is clear in the nice ocean there. The stuff on the right is hidden behind things. So they have only 50% building damage. They have the building health. They've got GBE. They've got 150% troop damage. They are unlikely to fizzle. So we're going to have to go a little bit quick, but not too quick. It's this fine balance. We are going to go 1, 2. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. We've already screwed up. I dropped those riflemen. Did not want to drop riflemen yet. Bit of a dumb on my part, but we should be able to hide some of those riflemen from the machine gun, from the flamethrower. Again, same thing. Need to get rid of that flamethrower before we lose all of our riflemen, and then our riflemen can wander on in. Also, there's probably a boom cannon hidden behind that, what is that thing called? That trophy. And so hopefully our rifles are going to get out there. Yes, wasting Kavan second wind. Very, very concerned that Kavan's going to die behind that, though. That is why I wasted a second wind, a fourth wind. Now we're just going to wait for that thing to explode, and then as soon as it explodes, out comes some more of those pink zombie crew trying to keep Kavan as alive as long as we possibly can. This person doesn't even have a doom cannon. That is how committed they are to the offensive side of things. And you can see our base is going down quickly. We're not going to use Kavan quite yet. We're going to wait until those flamethrowers are gone, hoping that we can get some of our troops to turn right about now. There goes that right there. We've got a couple troops turning right. We have already lost likely. And the fact that we can't flare onto that right-hand side engine room, making our flares less than useful, keeping some of our riflemen alive, hopefully. And yes, we're going to get all the engine rooms, but we are probably going to lose. That person leaned in hard to the offensive side, and as a result, we just can't keep up with them. Those bases are super, even if you lose to these bases, they're super helpful in the fact that they let you keep progressing. So those people who are using rocket choppas, using laser rangers, using warriors, definitely helping keep people like me on the defensive side going. Even if you lose, you're getting engine rooms. That's going to allow us to open up that next chest. I can then move on into artillery. We're going to leave that at tick 1. And then I also have all of the tokens that I can use to upgrade those warriors. Not yet, though. So far, still clearing many bases. Not going to use the warriors quite yet. And then this boost right here, at least we have Cryoneers. If we decide to go that way, we can always come down, but then you have to go through Everspark. So probably going to come down through those shock mines, get that building health next. And the beautiful thing about getting those shock mines is that it doesn't cost any tokens. So building health on the horizon, also warriors on the horizon. I can't even believe that I was looking at the wrong spot all this season. I guess it kind of helped, though, because I kept saying, oh, our opponent's got all the... Let's go have a look back here against 38. Let's see what they actually had in the boosts. Does that even show our boosts? Like, that's boosts at the time of battle. I assume that's their boosts, but I think everything is... My whole world is a lie right now. So anyways, that is going to be it for today. Hopefully this helped you, even if it's just to show that our boosts are on the left, their boosts are on the right. Do keep pushing. There's diamond ahead. People are already in legendary. If we have a look at the global leaderboard, Policia, how many people do we have in legendary? 9 people in legendary already. Big shout out to Knight Wada doing the full night push. Stoneheart has 2 accounts at least in legendary. I lost to Coconut this season. I've lost to Policia this season. I think that's all, although it's very difficult to figure out with all of those squiggles out there. I'm zmoT. Thank you for coming in. Keep booming those beaches. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Again, do go enter the draw for the plushie. There is still time. Many, many people want that. You know where to find it. The answer is 1044. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.